Wait for more people to jump in here. Because I know I ain't telling nobody I was going live. So let's see who catch on. Oh, we got one. Let's see if we can get another one. What's up? What's up? What's up, Solo? Yerp. We lit. We damn sure is. There go my boy Tyson, West Coast Cowboy. What it do, brother? What up? What up? Can y'all hear me okay? Say so if you can. Yep. All right. What's up, Noah? Go in. You already know I'm gonna go in, man. I ain't got nothing else to do. Why not? Oh man. Now, I'm letting y'all kind of pile in first, and then I'll go ahead and get started. But good to be seen. Good to be seen. What's up, Jada? What's up? What's up, Fred? Cowboy up 914. What up? What up? David Cantu. I ain't seen you in a while, Dave. What's good with you, man? I haven't seen you in the chat boxes in a little while, but I know I kind of miss people sometimes. So maybe that was me. Dad's going to take our lunch money. Yeah, Trey, maybe. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him. I won't lie there. Yeah. No, you're not the only dude. I actually drafted Dez Bryant in my fantasy team. I thought he'd be on the team early. I did cut him, but I did draft him. Adrian Peterson is still holding strong on my team too. So you're not the only one. What's up, Deffy? Deffy Dorsey. You know, this is a weird. I need to play the lottery. Something. This is like a weird existence right now, man. Real rap, because I'm not a I told you so dude. So this is not me like wallowing in other people's wrongness or whatever. But it's a good feeling knowing that you're not like on no bullshit. Like I'm glad for him, just for the fact that I think he feel the same way. He sat there and kind of took some risks and waited, and that patience had to hurt. But I feel his pain, because I remember when I was saying that he, wasn't washed up. He just needed a better quarterback, better team before, and it started looking bleak. I'm like, well, maybe old boy's mouth kind of hurt him somewhere, because nobody seems to want to look at him. I thought he was being blackballed, and I actually did a whole video on it that will never be seen by the public eye, because now obviously none of those conspiracy theories I had are true. So yeah, it was fun cutting that. Yeah, now we won't be seeing that. Start the funeral. Yeah, start the funeral. I remember the funeral at the end of that farewell video we did for him, man. But yeah, like I said, I feel a little strange, just for the fact that it's hard to root against a guy like that. He's now an enemy. He's not a Cowboy. Yeah, but there's nothing in my mind or in my recollection that happened that makes this move a smart move for the Cowboys. Even the addition of Amari Cooper. If there was a time, in my opinion, if there was a time that Dez Bryant should be a Cowboy, it's now. We would be the ones they are talking about just made a Super Bowl contention type move if we were to have Gallup, Beasley, Dez Bryant, Cooper, all on the same team, Rico, all on the same team. That would have been exactly what the Cowboys needed. Guys that you could just give the ball to and can make plays. Like, this is a team that's all about the ISO. If it was basketball, everybody creates their own shot. Otherwise, we're not doing anything, man. The Woodrow, what up, man? Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. You already know that. Appreciate you donating, man. Definitely. If you got a question, let me know too. I got you. Yeah, he was blackballed, and I think it was the front office more so. And people keep saying Cooper played well. Cooper played how he's supposed to play, and Dak was actually, trying to get him the ball, but he didn't ball out. Like, he had Dez has had games like that with Dak. People act like he came in and, it was like, damn, man, this is what we've been missing. Like, no, he came and played football. It wasn't anything great. It wasn't bad though. Looked good. Have I ever thought about doing a classic player breakdown, Cedric? Yeah, man. The reason I haven't gotten into it, or I've never done it, is because the footage on Game Pass only goes back to I think 2010. After that, you're gonna get nothing but choppy, slow frames per second type stuff. You need it to be HD coming from them. But yeah, shout out to Joe Mitchell. Yeah, shout out to Joe Mitchell. He said, "I hope Dez gets 3 TDs and 150 yards against the Cowboys." Uh, I don't know what he's going to do. I won't speculate there. I think he's going to ball out however, and wherever. I will make one bold prediction though. With the way the Cowboys offense is playing, I wouldn't be surprised if Dez in half a season matches the top producing receiver we have on this team with the Drew Brees. I would say that. I'm talking like realistically 700 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns, maybe 6 between now and the end of the season is realistic. And yeah, I would see him doing that. And I don't think anyone else on our team is going to match that. But that's just me. I just don't feel Dak right now. And I don't think I ever will. That's just real. But as far as my thoughts on Dez Bryant, man, there's so many to name. It's not even funny, but I'll start with this, man. At the end of the day, as I said before, I thought and I still think that Dez should be wearing a star. The fact that he's with the Saints, I'm actually happy for him. I think that now we're really going to get a big slice of humble pie. And what I mean by that is, if Dez, it doesn't matter. Super Bowl is not a bust for. It's not Super Bowl or bust for Dez. If Dez looks good throughout the regular season with the Saints and looks good in the playoffs, he'll earn himself a spot. If not on the Saints, he'll earn himself a spot on another team that is contending next year that needs a guy like him. So him just playing this year and being productive will be enough to make the Cowboys look crazy. And I'm not trying to make them look crazy, but the way we make moves in this front office and the way we've done it for the years that to come is just idiotic, man. For the past 4 or 5 years, beyond, just take it back to the 2015 draft. Like when you take it back to Dak Prescott being drafted, nothing wrong with that. But the moves that we made after drafting Dak Prescott, just for me, any other GM would be fired. Jerry Jones should fire himself. You let Tony Romo go, which I'm not saying Tony Romo would have been a world beater, but I think he was and is the best answer for Dak Prescott's progression on this team, the way this organization is set up. We're not set up. We're like the Green Bay Packers, very tight-knit, very nepotistic, if that's a word, where we promote people that we know or people that we consider family. And I keep saying this "we" thing because I must be tripping. I'm not making these decisions. But yeah, we do similar things to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers would like to get a quarterback in like they did Aaron Rodgers, sit him behind their veteran like they did Aaron Rodgers, and let him mature. So that's why I feel that Tony Romo would have been the best answer for Dak Prescott's progression. But after that, after Tony Romo's gone, then we railroad him first and say, oh, he was the reason this offense wasn't looking good. Because look at Dak, he's a rookie, right? And then we get rid of Dez the next year when that starts to falter. And then the year after that, now we're looking at Linehan. You know, it's all these things falling apart around Dak Prescott. This isn't a Dak Prescott video, so I won't keep mentioning his name. We're going to treat him like Voldemort right now. So we're going to say he who remains unmentioned, or he who name we don't say, or something like that, because I don't want this to be tilted in that favor, because really this is about the front office and what we've done over the last couple of years. Dez Bryant with the Saints, like I said, I think he'll play well. Drew Brees obviously needed another weapon, but he doesn't need another weapon. You see what I'm saying? Like it helps to have some balance on the other side of Michael Thomas, but it's going to be ugly, because I, for one, I don't care if he's a 4'6" guy and not a 4'5" guy now, as far as Dez is concerned. I was never one of the ones who thought that he just fell off a cliff. I never thought he was that fast. I never thought he was anything other than what he is, a guy who can go up and get it, run routes good enough to get open, and definitely can muscle himself open and has clutch hands if you place the balls in the right spots for him. So if you throw to a spot with Dez or they master that 50-50, that's half the battle right there. If he and Drew Brees can get on the same page with their chemistry. So for me, it's going to be fun to watch, man. I won't lie. I will watch him. I will be rooting for him. It doesn't look like we're going to go that deep in the playoffs. And for those fans who think, hey, if you root for Dez Bryant or if you wish him well, then you don't really bleed blue. And I don't give a shit about none of that, man. I really don't. I respect you if if you feel that way. I respect you if you feel like he's an enemy. I already said he's not a Cowboy. So on the 29th, I won't be rooting for them to beat us. But for the season, I am rooting for the guy to play well, because what we did to him was just corny. We shouldn't have did that to him. We shouldn't have. I still think I bleed blue. I don't know. I don't know a dot, but I might. Yeah, who knows? Joel was good. Oh, laws say that all the time, so that's not nothing new. Like, Law's good for that, and that's his business. I feel him when he say it. Like, he's like a marauder. He's not playing, and I'm not playing either. But I really do feel that I won't be following him to the Saints. I know drastic shit like that though. But yeah, happy for him, man. Oh well, I guess I'm fake then. I'll be fake. I have no respect for the front office. DJ Keo, yeah, I don't either, man. Dez is going to throw up the X on the star. Who knows what's going to happen, man? I think Dez is going to cry when he come back here and they ball. If he balls, I think he'll cry. If he makes the playoffs, I think he'll probably break down or something. Because right now, I know for a couple weeks now, he probably been feeling stark and dark. But now I know he's feeling vindicated with the fact that he made it to a Super Bowl contending team. And it's really going to hurt Jerry's ego if Dez leaves this team and goes and wins a Super Bowl, and we finish in the bottom 5 in passing yardage and productivity for the season. It looks like we would be trending backwards at that point. But like I said, if there was any time that Dez should be a Cowboy, I actually doubted that at times during the offseason, because you guys actually heard me say it's time for us to move on. But if there was any time he should be a Cowboy, it's now, after the addition of Amari Cooper, as I said before. I think with Dez and Amari Cooper and Gallup all on the same team, and Beasley, I think that is a formidable enough receiver core where it doesn't matter if Dak doesn't play well or not. You can throw almost anybody in there with that receiver core and make something happen, even if you're playing West Coast short game ball. So, yeah. What up, Twine? Twine, man. My favorite trucker, man. How you? Yeah, Jerry does need to feel some sort of way, man. I don't know what he's doing. I missed the real facts. You guys are throwing real facts back and forth. I missed that. I know you good, man. Always, man. It doesn't matter if that can't get into him. You can't. I mean, yeah, but these guys are all playmakers. That's what I mean. Like, Cooper is a guy you could throw a hitch route and he could take it away. You see what Gallup can do if you give him a rub route. He got like 26 yards on that play. You already know what Dez can do on a slant. He's breaking it and taking it to the house. If you're not loaded up, if you're not playing a prevent type defense, he's gonna beat you 1-on-1 if you get him the ball in stride. Oh yeah, no, Chris, you trust me. I wouldn't. I don't jump out and say nothing unless I know I can stand behind it, man. So I know I ain't fake by saying that. I don't feel no. Like I said, I don't feel no type of way about that. My man Law does feel that way, and I like that though. That's what makes us contrasting. We all got different opinions, but we're able to respect each other regardless. So yeah, I'm not mad that he thinks that. I just know but I know that's how he thought for quite some time. Rather have Cooper than Dez? No, I wouldn't. Think about it. Dez played better than Cooper last year with a worse quarterback. For real, look at the stats. But I won't. Yeah, I won't argue that. But if you want to take a guy who you says, hey, like, look at the argument we used to get rid of Dez. He's been declining over the last 3 years. His productivity isn't there. He's not the answer at receiver. The only thing Cooper didn't do was make noise about it to the public. But if you're going to say Dez is declining, Shannon, Sharp, Skip Bayless, Allah, then how do you bring in a guy who does the same thing? Like Cooper hasn't been playing well over the last 2 years either. Actually, he hasn't played well since the last time Dez and Dak played well, which is 2016. So for me, and he drops a hell of a lot of passes, real shit. And I think it's due to a lack of focus, though. But he drops a hell of a lot of passes after getting injured. He had gotten hit after a hit he took. I forgot who hit him, but after he took that hit, I think he's been seeing ghosts ever since. So yeah, I'm not trying to bash Cooper at all. I think he's a great route runner. I think his upside, as far as the years he'll play for us, is there. So I think that's a plus. But is he better than Dez? I don't think he's better than Dez at this point. And if you took year 3, 4 in Dez's career versus Cooper, no, he's not touching Dez. If you take Dez now, would you say he's slightly faster and runs better routes? Yeah, but I'm a touchdown guy any day of the week. So for me, I want a guy out there you can just throw the ball to, and he will make something happen, even if you don't. Dez was that guy. He's a guy that can make a play where there was none. Think about the Eagles play where Wheaton or Castle, one of those guys, threw it up to him. He comes down with it over 5 guys. I've seen him take balls away from Miles Austin against Green Bay in the back of the end zone, if you guys remember that. He's a guy that's going to make it happen. At least 5, 6 times a year, he's going to score on his own. You have to do the rest, So that's Dez. He's going to give you 5 or 6 touchdowns. Look at the Arizona game last year. He got 2 passes for 15 yards. The 15 yards was on a play where he broke probably like 7, 8 tackles to get a touchdown. Because he wanted it that bad. He was that frustrated with not getting the ball. As soon as he got it, he made something happen. So those are the types of plays that Dez can give you. So yeah, I'm with that all day. Yeah, Romo, Dez, all those dudes sitting back drinking tea because they know. I think the only person that's saying what I'm saying, and the reason that I know I'm not full of shit, not saying that he's my litmus test or anything like that, but the fact that Troy Aikman is out there saying the same exact things I'm saying, and we don't know each other, shows that there's truth in that message is consistent for a reason, and it's coming from 2 people who don't give a shit what Jerry Jones or the Cowboys or any of the players or anybody else thinks. I know I don't. So if I say, that it starts from the top down, I mean that. Do I think that Dak is playing like trash? Yeah. Do I think he's trash now? Yeah, he is trash now. But I do believe that Dak could have been better if he would have been handled better. I think he could still get better if he's handled better. I don't think starting now at this point in his career is best for Dak. I don't. I think Dak should play behind an experienced quarterback or play on a team with an experienced quarterback coach, or not at all. I just really feel that way. And why I say that is because there's certain things that he has that are just habitual, like his pocket presence, things like that. Those are things that have to be worked out with, just countless amounts of hours of practice and preparation, and he doesn't exhibit that right now. He doesn't do it. So for me, yeah, that's how I feel about it as far as that's concerned. Time to clean house. I wouldn't even say that. We have good bones in place on offense too that really can do some things. I think it's really a coaching thing. You need to have somebody who knows how to put this talent together, and they're not sort of handcuffed while doing it. Because a lot of these things, like I said, that we go through, we don't know if it's the deficiencies of a Jason Garrett or what. We don't know what it is. Why weren't they worked out in training camp, Joe Mitchell? They weren't worked out in training camp because we lied about it and said that it wasn't a big deal. When they said that Dak hadn't thrown a touchdown in training camp, remember that? These things have been said. Like, we've been lying. A lot of you have too. I don't know if my followers or people who follow me have, for the most part, because I know a lot of people who follow me kind of agree with my take on that for the most part. But I've heard Dallas Cowboy fans say since I've started, even some of the people who follow me who tear me apart, I've heard them say, Dak is this last year, Dak is that. Then we get in training camp, and I see something. They say, "Oh, you was waiting for him to fail." No, I was waiting to see the things that I've been seeing once again aren't worked out, and that's what we saw in training camp, and that's what we saw in preseason. And then we take games off in preseason, like we had it down. Like we treated Dak in the off season like you treat Aaron Rodgers. Think about that. That's like the guy who, no offense to anybody out there who doesn't like my language, but that's like the guy who tries to turn the hooker into the housewife. And I'm not saying like Dak's a hooker, who knows. But what I am saying is, in comparison to what we have in the league as far as Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Dak hasn't earned that level of respect or treatment with his play yet. So for us to be coddling him and holding him in such regard where we don't want to get him hurt, or we're trying to protect him like he's this Ferrari, he needs to be out there getting as many reps as possible. So for me, I think we were lying to ourselves. We were looking like we had that type of quarterback. Then the rhetoric that came behind it, that's what I feel vindicated by, not the fact that Dez is playing for another team. I feel like I was in a battle with him because a lot of the shit that people would say, I'm saying like, damn, man, like, am I crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm watching the same film. People weren't paying attention to what the hell we watching. I put out the not guilty video. People said I'm bullshitting. I'm like, how can I bullshit and miss passes? That's all I put up there. I'm bullshitting there. I'm cherry picking. We had people say all types of shit. We had Stephen Jones come out and say, Dak likes guys who runs precise routes. I'm like, what? Then I did that's what made me do the Dez Bryant can't run routes video, because first Shannon and them say it, and then it was like either Shannon was feeding the narrative to Steven or Steven was feeding the narrative to Shannon and Skip, and they were saying the same shit, week by week. And I'm like, I'm not crazy. Then I looked for it online, it's not there, so I did the run routes video, right? And then we did a stat comparison. I said, well, wait a minute. In 2016, he balled out and went to the Pro Bowl because he played in 12 games or 11 and a half games and balled the fuck out with 800 yards and 9 touchdowns in 11 games, 12 games. Even if it's 12 games, that's the best 12 games that any wide receiver had in the league, top 3 that year. If he plays 16 games, 4 more games, he easily surpasses 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns in 2016. So the whole narrative was skewed from the rip. And you look at Shannon and Skip's body language now, it's like as if they're like, yo, we don't even understand the move to the Saints, how he got on the Saints or why he's on the Saints. It's a bad move. They're like, their body language says hater, and I'm the one to get called a hater. So that's why for me it's a little bit of indication. But that feeling will pass by tomorrow. So I don't feel like told you so. But yeah, I did. We need an offensive coordinator. We need that, or we need we either need that or we need I guess personnel that can execute his game plan. I don't think this is Linehan. If Linehan has never been a great head coach, let's just get that straight. But he has had success as an OC, even with us. And he had that success because he's a guy that he's not a guy that's going to come in and teach your quarterback a bunch. But he is a guy that if you have an okay quarterback that understands the game, a la Matt Stafford, Cole Pepperish type guys, and Romo type guys, right, where they understand the game on any level, and you have some talent on the outside, he can definitely, spread you out and do some nice things. I think some of his mindsets are just like kind of etched in stone. Like we live and die by the jet sweep because that's our only way. If our quarterback's not going to throw the ball and hit guys on the outside to spread guys out, we have to spread them out. When we want to run into a big formation or a strong formation, we have to get our opponents off balance by using that jet sweep. That's why you see Lewis come in and run the jet sweep, or you'll see us use Beasley in that way because the jet sweep, and I said this before the season too, when we talked about Dak friendly offenses, about how the way we were going to use Tavon, the jet sweep is the staple to our style of offense with Dak Prescott. Without the jet sweep, we're not even the same team, and that's crazy. It's sort of like like McVay. McVay I was gonna say Timothy McVeigh. That's crazy. That's not good. But McVeigh, his he runs almost all his plays out of the same formation. So that's us too. We just don't do it as well. We don't execute as well. Yeah, Mariota definitely showed he can. He's much better than Dak. Dak has hurt Dez's career. I agree with you, Joel DeCosta. Uh, I don't know. I can't wait. Like I'm about to start going through my comments to find the Dak fans who were telling me I was out of my mind because I want them to debate me now, and I want them to debate me with some sort of rhetoric. Like right now, I have to do a breakdown on the offensive line because people keep saying it's the offensive line. When you fall from 1 in the league to 10, I get that people feel that change. You could feel that turbulence when people fall that far. So I will agree that the line is not the top 3 line that it's been. Yeah, we know that, but it's definitely more serviceable than they're given credit for. And even when you watch some of these plays, one of the sacks from the other day, you do realize Dak just ran out of bounds with the ball while someone was near him. So the sack was credited to the guy closest to him. He never got sacked. He could have just literally threw the ball 5 feet above the line of scrimmage, and that would have been out of bounds. He was already out, running out of bounds. He could have just tossed the ball out of bounds in front of him, and that would have been just a throwaway. But his momentum carried him out of bounds because he was haul assing. So he does that. The last play of the game where he throws the ball, he does a spin. You know how back in the day when on Madden, when you're holding down and you hit throw while your back is to the line of scrimmage, you turn around and you do this jump throw up in there. He did that shit in a real life. I said that during the game. I said I've never seen nobody do that shit in real life. Never. He just turned around and just jumped through the ball out of bounds. On that play, he had a pocket. Think about the Giants and Romo. I think the last year we beat them with Romo, where Romo comes in like he's going, he's getting rushed on the outside, just the same way Dak was. But instead of running out of the perimeter, out of the contain or out of the pocket, he acts like he's going to step up. And when he steps up, he forces the pass rush inside, and then he steps right back and resets his feet, throws it to Dez in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. I don't know if you guys remember that, but Dak actually had that same setup. Like so people who say, "Oh, they didn't block well." That's partially the way your quarterback moves in the pocket determines what your line can do, and they don't know where he's going to go or what he's going to do. So, I mean, I'm not bullshit, man. Like this is what I see when I watch Dak Prescott. I'm not making this shit up as we go. I'm watching and say, "Oh, that's that." You know what I mean? So that's what we see, man. The interception to Cooper. People I even heard Dak fans on Twitter say, "Oh man, that play was supposed to go to Cooper all along, and he got held in that play." Cooper was double teamed. You had Alawale, who has not been used one time this year that I can remember, and Hearn break open in the end zone. I want the quarterback who says, "Fuck what you told me to do. I know this is a Cooper play, but he's not open. But these two are." But then they say, "Oh, he didn't have enough time. Even if that were the case, he wouldn't have had enough time to reset." He didn't have to reset if he look here and it's not open. Just do that. They act like he has to get back here and then he has to do it. You know what I mean? They act like he need that's not like a bomb. He didn't have to load up for that pass. He could literally flick his wrist. You could shovel past that to Adewale or the touchdown. You could shovel past that shit to fucking Hearns. That would have been a touchdown. That's how wide open these guys were. He could have Tim Tebow jumped through that and it would have still been a touchdown. So yeah, you Marcus Gold, see that you're one of them saying O-line is trash, right? That O-line is not trash. The O-line is not great. Now, Connor Williams is playing like trash inside, yes, because he's not powerful enough to deal with the inside. So, and I don't wish any injury on anyone. Trust me when I say this. So I want to say this as carefully as possible. But Connor Williams' knee scope surgery that he's having might be a blessing in disguise for this Cowboys offensive line. And why I say that is because if you move Collins inside to compensate for Williams not being there and you put Cam Fleming on the outside, we have ourselves a Pro Bowl through and through line, even with Looney. I think Looney's playing good. He just needs to get to the second level better. But that's going to be crazy, now that Williams isn't there. So you can say the line was trash. I think it's hard to have a solid line, just like any other chain. It's a cliche statement, but it's very true. You are only strong as your weakest link. Cam Fleming, Demetrius Booker, if he's trash, then the coaching is definitely trash here, because I broke down tape of Cam Fleming over the last 4 years with New England. If I see a guy who can handle Cameron Wake, I see a guy who can handle Ndamukong Suh. Go watch my tape on him. Ndamukong Suh by himself. I see a guy who can handle Chris Harris by himself. I see a guy who handled Khalil Mack by himself. If a guy can do that, he's not trash. His pass blocking is better than Leo Collins. I think Leo Collins is better overall than both Collins and Connor Williams and Fleming, but Fleming is serviceable enough to play right tackle. Why isn't he in the lineup? Because we drafted a second rounder, and we got to make ourselves look smart by drafting him. The film breakdown don't lie on the dude, though. If you can play yesterday, you can play today unless he has some injury that just doesn't make sense. I watched him do it. Like, I watched him stop Ndamukong Suh in his tracks. I don't know that many right tackles that can do that. I don't know many right tackles that can deal with speed and power the way he does. He has a good kick step. He can deal with speed. He's not going to have to deal with speed as much on that left side. He's dealing with more power, speed combination. Those D-Law type guys, those Khalil Mack type guys that can put you on your ass too. Those Reggie White type guys that are strong but can get to the ball carrier. But he deals with that very well. So for me, I like Cam Fleming. And you can't tell me that Cam Fleming is worse than Connor Williams. I don't give a fuck what you say. Because even if he is playing like Connor Williams, we already had Connor Williams. Well, how much worse can you get? And when I say that, I mean, like, you bull rush Connor Williams, you getting in there. And now if Dak gets the ball out quick, you don't notice that he got beat because he got the ball out quick. But if you have those play action plays, that is way too much blocking for Connor Williams. Period. He need to get some what they call it. They say some people light in the ass. He's light in the ass for real. And when you know that, like, tell the dude, like, listen, man, we going to trick this fat motherfucker in front of you, man. Cut block this dude this play. Next play, just get his hands down, you know what I mean? Next play, we pulling you. Instead of you blocking the guy in front of you, you're going to reach block over here. We're going to use your legs and use the things, the assets. And sometimes they do that. Against the Lions, they did that a lot with Connor Williams. Use the assets that he has, which is his feet. I even liked Connor Williams at right tackle because at least if he's dealing with more speed than power, he's good there. So that would have been okay. But him inside against 320-pound guys, he's given up 20, 30 pounds already. Plus, he's weak. Plus, he doesn't have technique, the technique necessary to deal with that. They killing this dude, man. And somebody should say that. And ask yourself this, for those of you who still talk that shit about Connor Williams, okay? Vach, if you out here, man, I love you. But nah, okay, young boy need to sit down this year. Ask yourself this too: would Parcells have Connor Williams still in the starting lineup right now? I don't think so. Parcells might cut the dude. Bill Belichick might cut the dude. They don't give a shit that you're a second rounder. If you can't play, you can't play. But he would not be playing right now for a Parcells team. I guarantee you. He don't give a fuck where you was drafted at. If you can ball, you can ball. If you can't, you can't. Sit. He's not balling. You're not. Yep. Give him some time. Give him some time in the weight room. Give him some time to eat some potatoes. Get some weight under him. He might be better. Like I said, I like his footwork. I like his work ethic. He's not a guy. See, it's not a matter of here. He's not losing battles because he's slow or anything like that. He's losing battles because he's just getting manhandled. That's all. So he just gotta get stronger. Parcells would have pulled Dak too. Yeah, you're right. But back to the moment at hand, man. I really do feel like the Saints now are a Super Bowl favorite because you saw what they were able to do to the best team in the NFC anyway, or the only undefeated team in the Rams, although they're minus Aqib Talib. Now Aqib Talib following Mike Thomas all day and Marcus Peters against Dez, and you got Watson out there creating mismatches still at 37, and you got Breeze that can still hit anybody even if you're not open. Then you got Alvin Kamara and Ingram. Yeah, all their defense needs to do is give them a plus turnover ratio. That's it. 1 or 2 turnovers a game, they win. They're winning because you're not stopping them from putting up, 20 some odd points on most days. Jamara Hopkins, appreciate that, bruh. Dallas dog. Yeah, because usually, Dak outplayed those guys in their rookie years because usually, um, when you're a rookie, you do struggle. Dak played very well that year because Dak had a low floor. That doesn't mean he had a high ceiling. So, I mean, Dak came in able to do the things he's doing right now. The Dak that you see today. Once teams caught up to him, I said that though before. I said once teams catch up to him, he'll look a little different. Yeah, you look smart when you win. That's true shit. Yeah, but once teams look at him on, what's up, Adrian? Appreciate the super chat money too, man. You can't coach accuracy. People say that, but I've seen quarterbacks get more accurate over time. Look at Cam Newton. He's having his most accurate season ever now. So you might not be able to coach it, but you can get better at it. Even Tony Romo said it. If you watch his football life, he said he was throwing kinds of balls that were just ridiculous balls. He started throwing the ball into the couch over and over again every night. He would take balls home and throw into the couch. Why? Because he needed to work on his accuracy. So you can definitely work on accuracy. You don't get better at shooting a basketball unless you work on your accuracy. You can throw a football better if you work on your accuracy. So you can work on that. I think touch is like an innate thing where you got to have it in your head where you just understand the real math, or like physical math, where you're looking at somebody running and you're looking at the trajectory. Those of you who shoot and who hunt and who understand, like there's math. We are math, right? So you understand like what it's like. Okay, a guy's running this speed. When you watch a problem or read a problem on your SAT and it says that if a train's traveling this distance at this speed and what time would they intersect, you probably don't know the answer on paper, but in real life we do that all the time. We use calculus all the time when we go and dunk a ball or we throw a ball. When you put touch on the pass, you have to understand how fast this guy's traveling and how much oomph you need to put on the ball in order to get it there. And Dak just doesn't get that. That's why he doesn't anticipate. Rams, Panthers, Bears is why coaching matters. Yep. Look at those teams. The Panthers with Rivera, the Bears with Khalil Mack coaching that defense. But no, the moves they made as well in their front office actually count. The Panthers don't go out and spend a lot of money on receivers because they know Cam Newton is not going to use them. So they go out and draft okay with receivers. They get a lot of journeyman receivers that are older because guys that don't really give a shit, guys that will block. They know they're not going to get the ball all crazy. And that's it. Like, because I think Funchess and those guys that are over there would be better on another team with another quarterback. But it works for them. Their system is fine. The Chiefs too, yeah. Yep, Dez was a scapegoat. Cliff Averill said Dak thanked him. I never knew that. That's new news. I'll go ahead and pin that down so I can go look that up. Carrie, what's up? I'm glad you love the info, man. I don't jump on that often, but y'all want me to do more lives, man. I don't understand what people really want, what you guys like the most, But let's just start spot checking. I've been doing a lot of cheating on football though lately. I've been doing a lot of boxing work lately for the last couple of weeks, and that's because I've been waiting to do it for a while. It's just the opportunities are starting to come to me now. So shout out to AKOYE Media brand, and shout out to Jamil Parker, who's with Into Boxing. If you guys watch Into Boxing or you like boxing, watch Into Boxing on Facebook, man, because my guys over there are really hooking me up with like press passes and credentials. So that last weekend we were at the Danny Jacobs fight about a week and a half ago. Covered that fight as a ringside media analyst. I'm right next to Max Kellerman, Roy Jones, and Jim Lampley. So I'm like, hey man, boxing might be a big thing for me, man. But I'm never giving up on football either. So we're just gonna have to, seamlessly merge the two as my schedule starts to settle down. But man, I love this. I love it. We need to trade for yo. This is the twilight zone. Think about this. Think about the time we living in, man. It's the twilight zone. It's crazy. Trump is the president, and I'm not even saying whether you for him and you wear a MAGA hat or not. I'm not bringing that political argument here. But what I am saying is Trump is the president. Let's say that again. Donald Trump from The Apprentice is the president. Dak Prescott was signed, and Romo, Witten, and Dez are no longer on the team. Dez is throwing up the X in New Orleans. Yeah, you got to think about that. It's just a lot of weird shit. And now it's people on my fucking chat line saying we should trade for RG3. People are really saying it right now. I'm looking at it. Branford Thompson. Now, I fuck with you, bro. And I'm not even saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying, would you have thought that 2 years ago that we would be saying, let's trade? That was the plan. I've seen people say, let's bring Johnny Manziel in. This the fucking Twilight Zone, bro. I've seen people say, hey, I said it. I said, let's go get Fitzgerald. I mean, Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Let's go get him. I said that. Ryan Fitzpatrick. I would take Hoyer right now. Brock Osweiler. That's crazy. See, I see you, Marquis. You said, fuck that. But it's not whether you say you want these guys or not. It's the fact that they're even being considered as an option. Like, yo, bring these guys in here. You wouldn't say that on Green Bay. You wouldn't say, oh, we should trade for Ryan Fitzpatrick. They're like, get that dude the fuck out of here. Like, come on, man. Or the Patriots. Like, hey, man, you know what we need? We need to trade for RG3. Like, this is the Twilight Zone. Crazy. Tua, that's Vach's pet cat, Tua Talakala blah blah blah. But he's still a rookie. So when he comes in here, he's not gonna help us win today or tomorrow. I like veteran quarterbacks right now for us. Think Parcells, Vinny Testaverde, Parcells, Drew Bledsoe. Guys that can sort of seal the gap while we wait for the young guy, whoever we get, even if it's still Dak. Wait for him to mature. I don't know if Dak can handle that ego-wise here. So if he weren't to be here, then I think that would be his best bet. If he's still here, that's the end of Dak's career. Because if he's still here, he'll be caught up in the wave of Jerry Jones's ego, where Jerry Jones has to be right. And now that he has to be right about Dak. He has to be right about Garrett. He has to be right about whatever he wants to be right about at that time. So Nick Foles will light this offense up with the wide receivers that we have. With Rico Gathers, he would light this fucking offense up. I can imagine RG3 with Zeke, but I think he'll get hurt. I think he's too fragile. Hold on, somebody's screaming while I'm on my show. I don't know why would they be doing that. I'm on the show. Sorry about that. My stepdaughter. I don't like saying step. That's my daughter. God damn it. Matt Moore. Yep, I would bring anybody in here. Anybody in here. I would. Teddy Bridgewater. I don't really want running quarterbacks though. The reason I don't want the running quarterbacks is because I think that's part of the issue. I think we have receivers that are like timing route type guys, you know. So I would want to see us with that. The way our receivers are getting the opportunities that they get. Think about it. The only time they're getting balls and you see them is when they're wide the fuck open. I mean, like 5-10 yards open. Those are the only times Dak will throw the ball to you is if you that far open. So imagine how many times they've gotten those opportunities this year. They've done it a couple times, right? Where we've seen that they've been that wide open. Now imagine if Dak can hit you when you're not that wide open. That's double the opportunities that they're getting or more. You know why? Because that's the only time he'll throw you the ball. When Hearns got his touchdown last week, how open was Hearns? How open did he have to be to get the ball? How open was Gallup the week before against the Redskins? How open do these guys have to be? How open was Tavon against the Giants? You know what I'm saying? How open do these guys have to be for him to release the ball? That's how open they have to be. It's not you don't see any contested shit unless it's a hitch route or a button hook or a comeback or a dig. Only short patterns are contested, you know, and that's because they're sitting on these guys waiting for them to throw those short routes. But anything else, Dak will look at you, he waits for you to be. You have to like, and that's why I say he holds the ball too long. That's the difference between 1.5 seconds, a half a second. If he's waiting for you to clearly break open to hit you, that's different. You're not anticipating that. He has to see. Okay, some quarterbacks throw when you're above even, meaning you beat your guy. Some quarterbacks throw here, like when you were throwing to Randy Moss. If he put his hand up here, throw it. He's going to get there. You see what I'm saying? Some quarterbacks throw when you're even. Dak doesn't do that. Dak waits till you clear your guy to throw the ball. Period. He said, "I'm not watching if that happens." I didn't see what the conversation was there. We got to draft a QB. No, we got to trade for a QB. I don't want a rookie QB to run the to run the Cowboys backfield. Not right now. I don't know. Noah Brown, I don't know where he is. He's building houses for the Peace Corps or some shit. Habitats for Humanity, D-Well. I don't know where he at. Matt Stafford. But that's the good thing about having Jerry Jones as a owner, though. That is one thing that he will do, and you guys know he will do. He will make splashes when he has to in free agency, even if it costs him, i.e. Amari Cooper, i.e. Dion, i.e. T.O. He will go get you a guy, even if he thinks he's reaching. He doesn't give a fuck. So, yeah. Come on, man. LVE does not tackle like Luke Kuechly. Stop it. No, he doesn't. Come on, stop. Don't compare him to Luke Kuechly yet. I do think now for this team, though, he is a better fit than Sean Lee. I love Sean Lee, man, but lately he's been going with the wind, man. Nothing has to touch this guy. You never know when he gets injured. It's not like Luke Kuechly gets injured, and Thomas Davis got injured early in his career, but you kind of knew they were getting injured. It's like, hey, NaVar Bowman got injured. You saw it. Jalen Smith got it. You can see it. They fucked their leg up. It's bad. Goddamn. But Lee's injuries have always been at the weirdest time. In training camp, he tore his ACL doing nothing. And this game was like the wind blew too hard while he was running, and he just said, "Hey." And trust me, I know I fucked up my hamstring when I was like 19 on Turkey Bowl day, just playing football with my homies on Thanksgiving. And now if I don't warm up before I run or before I do something, I feel it. It's like a tickle that goes down the back of your leg. It doesn't even hurt that bad. It just, you can tell that you don't have shit back there. Like, it just tickles. So for me, I get it, but any other player that is reserved or on the sideline that much wouldn't fuck not being on the team. They wouldn't be in the league. Any other player. Now, if you're going to put him on spot work, I don't think that's as effective. He's the type of guy that changes the game, and he needs to be in the game to do it. He's like the defensive version of Zeke. So I don't see Sean Lee being on his team next year. I don't. And I'm not mad about it because he had every opportunity to play well. He had every opportunity to solidify himself as the best linebacker in the league, if not one of them, if he could just stay on the field. So, I mean, I don't know. Our secondary is weak, though. One game, and even in that game, they threw for 200 some odd yards. I wouldn't say that's weak. I would say the Titans secondary looked weaker than ours that day, actually. We didn't leave anybody that wide to fuck open. People were catching contested passes. Yeah. But nobody was running wide open on us. Nobody does. And tell me how many touchdowns. Tell me. How many touchdowns has Cheeto and Byron given up? Don't tell me how many first downs they've given up. They've given up a couple of those. Handful. How many touchdowns has Cheeto given up this year? How many touchdowns has Byron given up this year? That's pretty damn good, in my opinion. So keep doing that. Do I believe that Michael Gallup has a higher ceiling than Cooper? I don't know if you're asking me or telling me. I think they're similar right now. So, yeah, I would have to say that, because if Michael Gallup is a rookie and he's not even halfway where he's going to be, and right now, the way they move, I can't tell them apart, and I'm not lying. Michael Gallup gets in and out of his breaks pretty well, and if I don't look, and make sure that's number 19, I couldn't tell which one it was actually out there, because they play the same. They're both slim but big guys, like 6'1"-ish, 205, same weight. Mike Gallup's a 4'5" guy. and Cooper is a 4-4 guy. That's the only difference between the two. They both drop a hell of a lot of balls, and they both run pretty good routes. So if I had to say, does Mike Gallup have a higher ceiling? I would say yeah, because they're similar right now, unless this is just where he is, unless he just had a low floor, so to speak, right? Like we said about that. So this might just be Mike Gallup, forever. Or if he gets better, then yeah, it might be, might be something to look at. They say Amari Cooper runs routes like Jerry Rice. Maybe. He runs routes like Cole Beasley, just faster. Yep, Gallup and Cooper will learn as soon as they get somebody that can give them the ball, because right now they'll be the ghost route running extraordinaires. This ain't as fun no more, though. Remember, you guys used to like debate me on Dak Prescott, and now everybody just agrees like we need a quarterback. Like I remember the debates used to be fun on lives, man. It used to be anyway. But before I go, man, just a couple other thoughts, because we're getting up on an hour. Even though there's no real time limit, if you guys are on, I ain't had shit to do today. I just saw that this was up, and I'm pretty sure people wanted to know what I thought about it because they were saying it on Twitter. So started, reaching out and saying what's up. But hold on a second. People texting me. All right. Couple of things, man. The way you treat, and just in closing, the way you treat your staff, the way you treat your personnel says a lot about an organization. And just for me, I honestly don't think that the complexion of this team would be where it is if we valued our players a little differently. We kind of throw them away when we feel, we've had enough, and our evaluation of those things are just not good. Like DeMarcus Ware had some time left. He went over and trained and helped Von Miller to a Super Bowl, where if we would have had DeMarcus Ware still here, he would have been training up our young guys until he retired or whatever. Things like that. The way Sean Lee is doing with these linebackers right now. Things like that I like to see, and our organization has just not done any of these guys any justice. New England lets you know, though, that they're going to use you as a mercenary for hire and get you the fuck out of here. You kind of know what you're signing up for in New England. The way the Cowboys do, they'll nurture you. They'll nurture an assassin. Dez is an assassin. They nurtured an assassin. They built a assassin. They built the perfect receiver. When I say the perfect receiver, or the perfect football player, they built a guy who literally, even after you say, hey, he can't play anymore. Hey, we cut you because you can't play. Hey, don't sign this guy. Hey, we're going to help you in the media by not helping you. I didn't hear anybody say shit positive about Dez, except for Romo and some of the guys on defense and Cole Beasley. But as far as from the coaching staff, very little. Jerry Jones, very little. These guys said very little to help this guy, right? Now, after all that, what does he say? My first option is the Cowboys. This dude's still loyal to the Cowboys. That is the perfect football player. You got a guy during the free agency, salary cap era, still dying to play for a team. And they still say, fuck you, bruh. You want to come back for next to nothing? Fuck you. That's what we did there. Tony Romo, you want to fight for your job that you definitely solidified and earned over the years. You definitely bleed blue. You definitely bleed for us. You definitely love playing football. Let's just let them ride out on the shield. Just do it. They're doing like they're doing with Eli, like they did with Peyton. You know what I mean? Peyton got propped up by Denver. So did John Elway. Got propped up by Denver for their two rides to the Super Bowl piece. Why? Because those teams understand, like, these guys have enough football and IQ to elevate your team. So you let them ride themselves until the wheels fall off. We didn't do that. So the way we treat our organization is now trickling down, and the chickens are coming home to roost as a result of that. You don't treat people like that. You just don't. For Dez Bryant to be gone for saying that the old offensive coordinator isn't playing well, and then you have guys who come in who don't even know these guys who are saying the same thing, like Allen Hurns. Alan Hearns came in and said the same shit. Nobody paid attention to that. Or to say he's I still see people saying he's cancer to a locker room. How? I haven't seen him disrupt one team. That's an old, antiquated notion that anybody who is angry, especially if you're angry and black, that you are a cancer somehow. But if you're angry in anything else, you're passionate. That is a double standard that needs to die. You guys know I don't get real racial or political, but truth is truth. And that's real truth right there. At the end of the day, I see guys like Tom Brady curse motherfuckers out all day. I see it all day. I've seen Matt Ryan get pretty nasty. I definitely saw Antonio Brown slap Todd Haley's hands off of him. I definitely see Odell speaking to fans and air conditioners and nets. And he proposed to a net one day and then beat it up. I see people do that type of shit all the time. And I don't hear them getting dragged through them. Maybe a little bit of Odell, but no, I never saw Dez Bryant tweet that you can trade me like Antonio Bryant did. I don't hear anybody talking about Antonio Bryant at all. His commercials still come on every fucking day. So what we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Didn't they go out, the Browns? They just went out and spent. This is the other argument. Dez Bryant cost too much money. That was another lie. Didn't the Browns go out and spend $75 million on Jarvis Landry, who today, no disrespect to Juice, I'll fuck with Jarvis Landry. Let me get that straight. But Jarvis Landry is not today not better than Dez Bryant. The Chiefs went out and spent good money, I think $16 million a year, on Sammy Watkins, who has never been, nor is he now, better than Dez. He's not. If Dez was playing in his spot right now, he would kill his stats. No bullshit. Then you had Allen Robinson went to the Bears. Same thing, same deal. So even the money conversation was ridiculous. People still say too much money. The market changes every year. Odell is making quarterback money. AB is trying to make quarterback money. They're trying to make buku $20 million, $20 million plus a year type deals. Dez was nowhere near that, and he wasn't even asking to be. It wasn't like he was asking for more money and holding out, and you did this to him. Then I would say if he tried to do what Le'Veon did, I would say that Dez, you overplayed your hand. Not only do they know they don't have a quarterback to get you the ball the way you want, so they'll never get their money's worth out of you. They do know that. Not only do they know that, but also you're a little older, so you're not going to get that type of check again. You're going to get a check that's reasonable based on your productivity, but we understand you're not the future. So you would have been, treated as such. So for us to go out the way we have and send him out that way, to me, that was like spitting on him several times while he's diagnosed with like stage 4 lymphoma cancer or some shit. It's like, yo, we know you're dying. We know you're fucked up out here, but we're going to keep kicking you. And that was crazy. And the fact that he didn't snap out, people are still saying he snapped out when he says, hey, Sean Lee, you're a snake. Okay, if you tell me to my face, I don't give a fuck what sport we play. If you tell me to my face one thing, and then behind my back you do something else. Now, I wasn't there. That's why I don't speak on it. That's their personal relationship. Just like if two of my homies rumble, they rumbling. That ain't my problem. That's my homies are rumbling. I'm not going to choose sides. I like Sean Lee. I like Dez. But if Dez saying that to him publicly, I've never heard him call anybody out their name publicly. If he's doing that publicly, then I'm pretty sure he's not bullshitting about that. Why would he go out and say that while he's unemployed? Because he's angry. So for me, like I said, the way you treat your players is a pure, clear indication as to where your team is going or what type of team you have. And right now, we don't have a very good team morally, ethically, or in reality. They just don't play well. So, yeah, he didn't tweet his way out of Dallas. I mean, he was out of Dallas before he started tweeting, Paul, but that was a good one, though. Paul G. Dez is trash. I love that argument. I don't even need to entertain that. Dez definitely stayed healthy longer than Lee. You buying a Dez jersey? Go ahead and get that. Heath is the GOAT. Oh, yeah. Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Jimmy Johnson. Troy Aikman was coaching that team. He was pissed off. But getting rid of Jimmy Johnson was another debacle that would have got any other What GM in this world says, you know what? You won 2 Super Bowls for us. Or 3, I'm sorry. Oh, or 2. He really won 3 because Barry Switzer's Super Bowl was a la Jimmy Johnson. It was like, thank you for the team. It's sort of like people get tricked with Gruden. Gruden took Tony Dungy's team to a Super Bowl, and they're like, Gruden's the greatest. He's the GOAT. He's a offensive guru. Gruden never did shit after he built his own teams. People realized that. Gruden only did shit with Tony Dungy's trash. Once he disbanded Tony Dungy's team and he built his own thing, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went back to garbage. This is true. Okay. But anyway, yeah, that was the Barry Switzer effect. Yes, it's Dak's fault that he's in playing well. Does run all the routes. Saints offense uses short and immediate. Yep. This is the perfect situation for Dez because he's a guy that you don't have. You just have to give him the ball in stride. Give him the ball while he's moving in the direction he wants to move in. He will do the rest. Watch his highlights. For people who said he lost a step, how many highlights did you watch where Dez was like Gallup type open or Amari Cooper or he doesn't get that open. He's never got that open. Never, ever. So obviously whatever he knows how to do, he does it well enough. So that was a great great statement, whoever made that comment. Yep, he was never fast, never a route runner. So you telling me, this is just my opinion, okay? Tell me this. One more thing. All right. I know I got a lot of weird thoughts because I was supposed to be gone, but oh well. If I'm a guy like this, right, who you say can never been a good route runner, can only jump ball, I'm only good at slants and 50-50 jump balls. You mean to tell me that me, Dez Bryant, if I was Dez Bryant, I'm trash, and I only know how to do 3 things in your opinion, in your real opinion, on the field, right? Which is a slant route, fade route, or a dig route. There's only 3 routes I know how to run, and that's all I can do. Then he needs a raise, and so does Tony Romo. Why? Because if this guy only can do those 3 things, and he still has 7,500 yards, 500 some odd receptions, and I'm still number 1 in touchdowns between 2012 and 2017. I'm number 1. Then I'm the best wide receiver to ever play the fucking game because I only know how to do 3 things. So imagine if you taught me the rest of the route tree. Imagine if you had, imagine if you taught me the rest because I'm doing this with just 3 moves. That's like me beating everybody's ass and you're like, he only has a right hand. I mean, literally, he has no left hand and he's beat. You would think I was a savant. And they're like, well, how the fuck is this dude whooping everybody's ass with 1 hand? So you telling me he whooping everybody's ass with only 3 routes? Then he better than every fucking body then, right? He got 30 more touchdowns today. He been sitting on the couch half a season. Julio only gained 1 extra touchdown in that time. 1 extra touchdown to get close enough to Dez. He's still 29 touchdowns behind Dez. He only dug into that lead by fucking 1 yesterday, day before yesterday. So if that is the argument that you're using, it sounds fucking stupid. This dude can only run 3 routes. I should just let you hang your hat on that because you're saying to me that this guy is trash, but the guys that are ahead of him who are getting not just they run better routes, but they have quarterbacks who can deliver them the ball that they have rapport with, that they've been with since they came in the league, Julio and AB, and don't let me get started on OBJ because OBJ, we will see a lot about OBJ when he gets a different quarterback in there throwing him the ball. Because whatever you want to say about Eli, I've seen Eli work OBJ open with his eyes, shoulders, and head movement. So Eli has a lot of subtlety to his game. He's not great, but he does a lot for OBJ, believe it or not. But anyway, these guys are all the greatest. Dez has never gotten the amount of targets that those guys get. Never. Julio's best year, he had 203 targets, 1,877 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Dez had double the touchdowns that year, 500 less yards, and 77 less targets. What would have happened if I gave Dez 50 of those targets? He would have had more yards, and he already had more touchdowns. So see what I'm saying? But these are the conversations we be having in the league. But when I say something, I sound crazy. But I'm only using the same logic you use to attack. So if you use that logic to attack, remember, That's why they call it karma. It comes right back around to you, man, if you think a certain way. So that's why I just say, look, man, people are people. Julio is Julio. Dez is Dez. But when you start talking, this dude's trash versus that dude, then watch it. Because once you say that, then we start comparing them. And once you start comparing them, it don't add up that much, bro. Because if he trash, how the fuck he trash? He's the number one receiver in our history. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Dez athleticism is gone. Okay, Paul. So now you're saying Sean Payton's an idiot too because he watched Dez work out and said, you know what? His athleticism is gone, but I think I feel something here. He got something here that I can work with. That's not what happened, man. Stop it. Yep. Well, they're gonna kill you anyway. Dez ain't gonna be no decoy. He's just gonna be here. They don't need Dez to beat us. But yeah. They said Dez's workout was great. Shout out to David Robinson, D-Rob, always open for working with Dez too. I know he does great work out in Texas. Shout out to him, man. I got to give credit to Law Nation for looking him up. Law Nation gave me his name one day, and I was just like, damn. And then come to find out Dez was about to start working with him. But yeah, I try to tell it like it is, John. That's what it is. We will see on Sunday. We damn sure will see, Paul. We will. But I don't know how at this point, you think Dak is good and Dez is trash, and you need to get your eyes checked, brother. Because I don't know what type of football you like, but you must not like the winning kind. No hate. You can like what you like. Everybody has, they're entitled to their opinions. So whatever. I like talking shit to you, Paul, though. I know you love Dez, but at the end of the day, he's not trash, man. If you loved him, you would watch his film and realize he ain't trash. Dez has never been anything other than the number one receiving target either. This is a huge step for him. Like, even on our team, Zeke was emerging. Dez was still kind of the guy. He's always been the number one playmaker on the team. He doesn't have to be. Imagine Dez when he's not getting number one cornerback attention at all. And you can't even, not because they don't respect him, but because you can't afford to do it. You can't afford to double team him. So you can't put bracket coverage under him. You have to roll coverage somewhere. And now, where you going to roll coverage to? You got Thomas on one side, Dez over here. Pick your poison. And then when what's his face, Fast Ass gets back, Ted Ginn, that's pick your poison there. And then in the backfield, you got Kamara and Ingram. You can't load the box, and you wouldn't load the box anyway against a Drew Brees. So they're either going to run you to death, which they will anyway, or they're going to throw quick possession routes to Dez and take the lid off with Thomas. That's what's going to happen, and they're going to start killing motherfuckers. So hopefully they stay healthy for the rest of the year, but they're going to be killing motherfuckers, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. Witten was not pulling coverage. Who was scared of Witten? And they are scared of Beasley, but Beasley is a guy where you're not scared that Beasley's going to yak you to death. It's like he's going to get open, he's going to catch a first down, but he's probably going to go down somewhere in that area. I've never seen anyone say Beasley is hard to catch, and he's not a hard guy to catch. He's not very fast. He's quick, not fast. So I've never seen Beasley totally run all over anybody. Yeah. Yep. Sean Payton is petty. He is not going to stop. He's going to pull the trigger on Dez all day long. My predictions for Dez for the remainder of the season. Here's my boldest prediction. I said it earlier. Dez Bryant will match, if not, when I say match, I mean in the same range. Let's say it's 700 some odd yards, 800 some odd yards, somewhere in there, versus our receivers, who will have around the same. I don't think any of our receivers gets over 700 yards on the Cowboys with Dak throwing them the ball, because they're just not getting enough balls to get that. Amari Cooper's at like 3-something. So I think he finishes the season as our lead dog with 800 some odd yards maybe. I think Dez will be right behind him and probably have more touchdowns, because I know he'll score at least 2 or 3 against us. I just really do think that. But anyway, That's my prediction, man. 750 to 800 yards and 6 to 8 touchdowns, somewhere in there. I really do believe that. So yeah, if you're able to throw a proper jump ball to Dez or 50-50 ball, he still got that. Dak just couldn't put those balls where he needed them to be. And Dez did a lot of this. He was doing a lot of no-nos, a lot of matumbos out there when Dak was throwing the ball. But I can't wait. I'm gonna go back. This is what I'm gonna do with the rest of my night. I'm gonna go back and look through all my comments for people who really spit on me or curse me out during this whole thing. So I can just say, listen, do you think Dak is the answer now? And the answer is no. Fuck on Dez an apology. I want my goddamn apology. I'm just petty like that. Can I get my apology? Please, drum roll. Put it up. Come on. Give it to me. Let's see what we got going on. I'm about to sign off in a second, fellas and ladies. He said, hell no, I can't get no apology. Yeah, the defense has been saying it because it's the truth. It's just that when you have a team who you probably know what certain teams are going to do if they've been in the league long enough. But the difference is when you have someone who can execute properly, you can know what they're doing and they're still going to get it done on you. So you might know what the game plan is against the Cowboys back in the day. Now it's just easier to stop it because we don't execute. He said he getting Dez jersey ASAP. I don't think I'm gonna go that far to put the Saints jersey on my body. Won't be doing that. Well, how many? That's another story. That's another show. Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow. How many players left the Cowboys and got a ring? I know Chris Canty's one. DeMarcus Ware's one. Who else we got? Probably a couple of those guys. Probably a lot of guys out there that left here and got a ring on us. But I know those two stand out as the ones that come to mind early on. Yeah, but whatever. Yep, Dak Prescott is the Black Tim Tebow. I agree. Let's see. I'm just reading the last couple statements. Oh yeah, Sean Payton left and got a ring too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Terrence Newman went and played well after they cut him. Roy Williams still had juice left when he went over to Cincinnati. He went back to playing like himself. Oh, Martellus Bennett. Yep, he won a Super Bowl. See, there's a lot of these guys out here. It's not over. It's not over yet. What else we got? Who else we got? Pac-Man. I don't think Pac-Man got a ring. Where did he get a ring from? Did he get a ring? Pac-Man ain't get no goddamn ring. He just played better. Mo Claiborne is playing good now. Oh yeah, he played good. You're right. Yeah, he ain't get a ring. He just played better. Yeah, but I know what you're saying. I thought you were saying he got a ring. Like no, there's a lot of those dudes though that leave our team. Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips got a ring for who? Who did he win a ring with? Wade Phillips. Not saying he didn't. I just don't remember. I know he's with the Texans. They didn't get a ring. And he was with now he's with the Rams, but I don't remember him getting a ring. Oh, he got one with Denver. That was Wade Phillips with Ware. Didn't even realize that. I forgot. Yep, crazy shit. Everybody saying Denver too. They look at that nigga. You should know it's Denver, motherfucker. Like everybody coming at me on that one. Yeah, Barry Church went over there and solidified that defense. I'm just sitting here reading y'all shit. I like that. Yo, y'all really, Larry Allen, you really want me to break down that shitty ass game, man? I haven't even been hyped to break that down. You want me to break it down? I will. It will take me probably like 8 hours. Larry, I'm talking to Larry Allen. The score November 29th will be 30-something to under 20-something. I don't know where, but Dak can't put up points to save his life. And now I know in that game against Dez, he's going to try his hardest to light up the fucking scoreboard. I guarantee it. They're going to try hard in that game. And it ain't because they motivated to beat Dez. It's because Jerry Jones is going to be like, get this mother. You better not make me look bad out there. You notice, don't nobody talk no shit in the media. Don't nobody say nothing when Jerry Jones is talking his shit, because they knew better about that kneeling. They knew better than all that. They said they not playing that. So they better not make Jerry look bad with kneeling. They damn sure better not make him look bad or make him look stupid by letting Dez get off on him. I mean, I think they'll have a mandate that says Byron and Cheeto, you get a bonus if you break this motherfucker's ankle. That's how I feel they're gonna look at this dude. But yeah, I think Saints gonna kill him if we play like we've been playing. Man, they playing like garbage. Do we have a chance against Philly? I think the whole NFC East has a chance against each other. Honestly, we all can beat each other. So yeah, we got a chance against Philly. All right, people. I see some people jumping back on. Oh, how do I explain Dak's goal line interception? It's called forcing the ball or staring down one guy. Yeah, that's what he did. He stared down Cooper because he had a new toy. He says this new toy can do everything. You notice, I think Dak is the type of guy, he only can give the ball to one guy. He can't spread the ball around like he says he wants to. He only can give the ball to one guy, and whoever that guy is, that's the only person he's going to look to, because that's it for him. Like, he's going to stare you down. When it's Cole Beasley, it's Cole Beasley. When it was Dez, it was Dez. When he started throwing the ball to Dez, Cole Beasley took a dive, right? When he was throwing the ball to Cole Beasley and Dez, it was because someone was telling him how to balance that out. But since then, he kind of picks one guy out, and that's who he's going to throw the fucking ball to. He's going to keep throwing it to him. AKOYE is a mismatch for any linebacker, and they don't even let him run the ball. AKOYE is nasty, man. You was low-key disappointed in our corners, not named Byron. I wasn't. People keep coming at Cheeto. Cheeto is doing what he's supposed to do, keeping things from getting behind him. He doesn't get beat deep. He's not getting beat deep for touchdowns or anything like that. There are secondaries where there's a lot worse, where you give a guy an assignment and he just can't do it. Look at Malcolm Butler. They're giving him $60 million to get roasted twice. He's given up 7 touchdowns this year. I'm not saying he's the best in the league or an example of the best, but he was touted as being a pretty good corner. We don't have any corners on our team that are playing that bad, including Anthony Brown. We just have a high standard for cornerback because we've been looking for a shutdown very so much so. Cheeto does play the wall well, but Cheeto, we have to realize Cheeto is a zone DB. He plays better in zone. And it seems like he's playing a lot of man when he's not reading the ball well. But I think Cheeto should be moved closer to the ball, honestly. And I'm not saying he should only come in on nickel packages. I think he should play outside if there's only, if we're in our base formation. But if we go into the nickel, I think he should be the one playing in the slot and have Lewis outside. I think that would be the best formation for us, because Cheeto, if you're not asking him to necessarily play man or even play coverage every play, I think that's when you'll see the best come out of Cheeto. When you can blitz Cheeto. Cheeto is like a, dare I say it, like a Charles Woodson type of guy or a Peanut Tillman. He's a playmaker that needs to be able to get his hand and his eyes on the ball. He needs to see the ball. He needs to be in the slot. He needs to be close to the ball. He needs to blitz him. You need to not know what Cheeto's doing. If you got him out there on the island, yeah, he can do that, but you just misuse it. It's like Byron Jones playing safety. Yeah, he can do that, but that's not where you use him at. You use him where he's best. Byron Jones is best at corner where he is right now. Cheeto would be best in the slot. I don't think he would get burned in the slot, because I wouldn't put. He's not. Look at how we use Anthony Brown in the slot. Anthony Brown is always playing zone coverage in the slot. He's never manning up. Very rarely. If you had Anthony Brown on in a cover 3, where all he's doing is running up the deep end of the field, he has enough speed for that. And then Cheeto playing in those intermediate routes, watching for slants and seams and so on. I like Cheeto that way. Uh, more so. Woods has disappeared. So our whole secondary, as far as safeties are concerned, they're not around in this scheme. They just don't seem like impact players right now. And I think that's because they're learning how to maneuver in this new scheme. Romo and Witten didn't really do anything other than keep us mediocre. Um, at the time when Romo was here, man, we did actually have a bad offensive line at first. We were on again, off again with our running game. We had times when we had good running games, but at that time, our defense was trash. So Romo had to put up crazy points to win games for us at that point, and he lost a lot of games for us too. So won't say that he didn't, but I will say as Romo after going through that, right? This is my problem with Romo. For those of you who think that I'm saying Romo was the greatest thing since sliced bread, I don't think that. But if I go through it with you, like sort of like it's like the ex-wife effect. You ever seen when you about to get a divorce and somebody? Well, I got divorced. I know that. Maybe you guys don't. But when you about to get divorced, people say, "Let me. Ain't nobody gonna come in here and benefit off all the shit that I done went through." You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about Romo. We waited for Romo to mature into the quarterback that he was becoming, and once he got there, I was ready to see what he was going to be able to do. Me personally, because he had gotten past all the bullshit that he was on. All these things that we're seeing in Dak. Well, Dak's a little worse. All these things that we're complaining about, we did complain about Romo, but we had to drudge through that shit. And then when we get to a point where this dude is actually, it's like guys who waited for Peyton Manning to ascend, or the people who wait for, whoever. You wait for certain quarterbacks to just mature. And once he got to that point where he just got it, now we want to see it, and he's gone. That's my problem with Romo being gone. Not Romo was better at any given stage. Romo went through growing pains, but once he got through them, he was better. You can tell we had a quarterback in Romo. Look at some of his highlights. Like these are not like average plays. He has some plays where it's like, yo, you can win with that. So that's what I'm saying. And I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Romo with Gallup, Cooper, or Gallup, Dez, and Rico, and Witten, and Alwale, he will light fucking defenses up with these types of mismatches. So, Romo body didn't give up on him, man. If you're going to say his body gave up on him, say Peyton Manning's body gave up on him when he broke his fucking neck. Did it? No. And excuse my language, but that's true. That means he still played 2 more years. Romo said himself he could have played. If he said he could play, let the dude play. If he breaks his back, let him break it. You keep talking about Romo's 2-to-1 ratio for interceptions and all that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. The dude, fourth quarter comebacks and fourth quarter rating and the way he played and how clutch he was at the end of the game, I don't give a shit. Brett Favre threw interceptions too, bro. I didn't care about those either. Let him break that shit. That's the way you are in boxing, man. Let the dude go out on his shield. Yeah, take the chances. You can't. Like I say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't throw. How many spectacular catches have you seen on this Cowboys offense this year? You know why you don't see any? Because there are no contested passes being thrown at all. They only get balls when they're wide open. So you're not giving you don't even get the opportunity to make contested catches on this team. Not even there. He won't. The only chance that I've seen him take this year, and I actually clapped when he did it. When he threw the interception to Cooper, I clapped because I was like, at least he tried to make what would have had to be a spectacular play in order for him to even catch that in between 2 people. At least he tried that shit. Dak don't even try those. He never tries those. So I mean, it was a bad throw, but at least he tried it. I'll give him that. Took a chance. Yep. Dak over the last 16 games is actually playing worse than Eli, and he's also playing worse than EJ Manuel, believe it or not. So if that's good, I don't know what you're talking about. They do think you're a Hall of Famer the way they love him now. Like, Paul, I feel you. I mean, Dak is making him look like one. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they you know, went out and got him next year and talked his ass out of retirement. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Romo and Zeke would have been a hell of a connection, because if Romo's effect on the field is autumn, what would Zeke do if he was never? Ask yourself the question: what would Zeke do if he was never 8-man fronted? If you were never able to put 8 men in the box against this dude, what would this dude do? He would do what he did his rookie year, which is lead the league in rushing and destroy shit. Even though he's playing great this year, he's 3rd or 4th in the league now. What would he be if a passing game was working and you could not load the box, no matter what you wanted to do, like Sony Michel or like Gurley? Look at Gurley. You can't load the box against Gurley, and he's killing them. He's putting up the Damian Tomlinson, Priest Holmes type numbers, Larry Johnson type numbers every fucking week, because you can't load the box up. Yeah, it would be a feast. You said need to quit doing them little yogurt commercials. That yogurt look like it's doing some good for him, man. Let me stop talking shit though, man. Any other questions you guys got before I jump off here? Well, for the Washington game, I didn't break down Washington. I said I wasn't going to break that one down because it was just too many. A lot of people I'm noticing, and it's kind of annoying, but maybe I'll start ignoring that. But a lot of people are jumping, especially on Twitter, they jumping into the breakdown games. Like, people just, I went on there and it's like, all right, well, everybody's pointing out all the plays that I'm going to point out anyway. So I figured it wasn't necessary for the Washington game. This game in particular, though, I'll break it down because someone asked, and I'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to break down this game. I got you. Don't get mad. Soccer crazy. IG Bowman. That's a hell of a name. Thing is, the coaches not realize. I mean, it's not the coaches or Dak's fault. It's the coaches not realizing that Dak doesn't do certain things, and then not letting them know, like a man, like what he needs to do better. Now, I'm not Nigerian, man. Are you saying you're Nigerian? Crazy IG Bowman. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm not Nigerian. I might be. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where they took us from. Let's see. Did Dez catch it? That's your question? Hell yeah, he caught it. Yes, our season is over. I mean, what would we have to do? I think I do. Well, let me say this. I do think an 8-8 team or a 9-17 or even a 7-9 team, if it gets bad enough, can actually make the playoffs in this division. If it's us, no, I don't think that'll be us. But we're not dead yet, so I won't act like that. Oh, you said, yeah, you're Nigerian. Yeah, I know Okoye means like general or something like that, right? A warrior. But no, I'm not Nigerian. I might be Nigerian, but I don't know. I went to HBCU though, so I know all about the Yoruba and the Twi and the different languages that you guys speak. But Tree, should I say? But yeah, no, I'm not Nigerian. The name stands for accumulated knowledge over years of experience. And maybe I should just come up with the graphics that Law has and just put them down here so people kind of know all that shit. People think I'm Nigerian. I need to start branding a lot better than I am. But anyway, that's my time, folks. It's been an hour and a half. I'm going to jump on tomorrow. I got some other film some other videos that I'll put out too, of me just talking. I don't even put them all out. Sometimes I just talk to myself into my iPhone, and then I never come home and put it out because I don't know. Once I say it, I kind of got it off my chest. But whatever. Holla at y'all, man. Appreciate it. AKOYE Media out. Listen, for those of you still on though, definitely make sure if you follow me here, and I see 136 of you, all 136 of you, 37 now. If you guys aren't already following me on Facebook, on my Facebook likes page, you need to be. So I should see that go up exponentially. Go to AKOYE Media on Facebook and like the page. Reason being, I'm trying to build more value there as well and everywhere else because of what YouTube is able to do when they feel like it. I for one don't want to lose this momentum because they feel like sitting us down for whatever reason they want to sit us down. So make sure you're sharing the content. For those of you who want me to do breakdowns, the reason I stopped doing them, people don't watch them as much anymore. So watch them, share them, get people engaging with the content, and I'll do those kinds of things. I do the things that I think the fans want to see, and usually you guys engage with my live streams a lot better than you have been the breakdowns. So if I feel like you guys don't like the breakdown, I don't want to keep doing something that I know my only a corner of the fan base actually want to see. You guys watch the Mythbuster type pieces like Dez Bryant not guilty or Jeff Heath not guilty and those types of breakdowns. Yeah, but when I do live game breakdowns, you guys don't really watch them. So I don't want to, and they take a lot of time. So I don't want to spend most of my time doing something that you guys don't even really care to see. I'd rather do the pieces that you guys want to see and the pieces that I actually like, which are the pieces of, the things that I actually think of. When I think of something and I want to break it down and figure out if I'm right or figure out if we're wrong, I like that. During a game, we kind of know what happened. So if I say, hey, this guy is the reason we lost, I might go prove that in the game, but that's pretty quick and easy because we're looking at one game versus a season or 4 or 5 games. But yeah, man, I got you. But make sure you guys go out and do that. And also follow me on Twitter, man. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? Like Shia LaBeouf said, do it. What you waiting for? I'll holler at you. Peace.